What is up, everybody? What's going on? It's me, RDV. I'm back here with Eric Brain. We're gonna look at this week's comic books and do our little top five. What we do here, where we take take the five books that we're looking forward to the most. So Breen doesn't really have a pull list anymore. He's kind of on the hobbies per se, but he's still an expert on stuff. It's always I love having Breen's knowledge as far as see what he's going to react to. What bullshit did they change about a character? So I always love that insight. The old man yelling at the cloud. And then occasionally we'll stick around and we'll get the Coco report. Hello to Marania. Hello. How's it going, Marania? And get here. Yeah. All right. And okay, cool. All right. So with further ado, get us off of here. You don't look at me anymore. And I'll put we'll go full screen. And we'll get this going. All right. This week in comic books. And if you are watching right now, we are live on a vertical stream on YouTube as well as a normal stream. So if you're watching on a phone and you prefer to watch on the vertical, go ahead and watch it there. Or if you want to watch it normal, go on your PC, or you can still watch it on your smartphone. Just turn your phone on the side. You can watch there with the chat and stuff. But all right then, we'll get this going. Remember also to click like and subscribe and all that fun stuff if you want more of these exciting, riveting live streams. We may be small, but we're impressive to some. Said me never. I'm always impressive. I'm not small either. Anyway, clip that, guys. All right, this week coming out here, we got absolute Green Lantern. It looks like going against evil white Hal Jordan. Yay. That's always entertaining. Flip the script. But no, this week I got to scroll down. And we're going down to my number 5 here. But as always, once we're done with the top 5, if there's a comic book you saw that we scroll past, you want to check out, let us know in the comment section or the chat section, and we'll go through it. But I got to scroll down to get to my number 1 here, or number 5, say. And number 5 this week is going to be Archie versus the Army of Darkness, number 2. And hopefully it loads. There it goes. All right. For those who know the Archie kind of crossover is, they kind of keep like the Archie kind of like look and everything. And it's kind of cool. So it's a Deadeye party. Reggie's Lake House, Sorry, was supposed to be social event of the season, but now may prove to be the town of Riverdale's swan song. Following Archie Andrews' unwitting awakening of the Army of Darkness. Yes, they found a secret cellar in the bottom of the mansion or the Reggie's Lake House, and they played the tape. So stupid. Yes. Yeah. So Archie is unwittingly awakened the Army of Darkness chaos in the form of an undead horde has descended upon shore. With slavery, indentured servitude evil, literally at their doorstep. The gang has only one hope of making it out alive. The savior of S-Mart. The one, the only, Ashley J. Williams. Unlucky for them, the chosen's one car currently has 4 flat tires. So, amateur mechanics, Eric Burnham and Belle Galvan pop the hood and supercharged adventure. Archie versus Army of Darkness, issue number 2, featuring nitrous boosted covers from Galvan. That's right, Bill Galvan actually has interior artist, has an actual cover, a variant cover. And Francesco Francavilla, who is no stranger to this. He did shows, I think it was Jughead, the Hunger. Laura Braga, You've seen her covers on Marvel and some DC stuff. Craig Cermak, I'm not sure. It sounds familiar. And Stuart Sager. So we'll go through the covers here. There are 14, but I guarantee there's only 4 covers, but multiple variants. This is the main cover here. This is Franco Cavill. Younger. This is the interior artist, Bill Gavin. So you're gonna get classic Archie. I love the style, and I like they kept it here too. And hello to John McMullen. So, just been having fun with this. If you're a fan of any of the Arctic Darkness or the movies with Bruce Campbell stuff, Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness, this is a fantastic franchise series. Eric Burnham is no stranger to doing supernatural stuff. He's worked on Ghostbusters or IDW. Currently, he's been writing at IDW. He's been writing the Saturday Morning Adventures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ongoing. He's going on since 2022. Fantastic series. This is the little Arbrega cover, which is actually pretty cool. I like it. I love the frame up. I guess it's supposed to be Betty on the right, and it's supposed to be Veronica on the left. I didn't recognize that Betty had Felicia Hardy's hair. I like this cover here. That's probably the one I'm going to grab. Army of Darkness. As the little bears, stuffed bears are now attacking them. And then here's like the Cthulhu or monsters coming out of the closet trying to pull people in. And it's fantastic. Of course, you get the Virgin cover, black and white. Another Virgin cover. Another sketch cover. This is kind of cool. And then another Virgin cover. Another cover here, 1 in 20. Francisco Francavilla, yeah, fantastic artist. Yeah. Doesn't look like Archie, though. It looks like a random kid. This is kind of cool, too. I like this. But, yeah, that is my number 5 this week. Alrighty. And I apologize. I can't really see the cover. Okay, there's. That's right. I forgot to put the comment. I should show the comments on the screen so I can actually see them now. Because I'm watching on the vertical. So, hello to Theo Dragon. What's up? All right. On to my number 4. Number 4 for this week. And hopefully I'm scrolling down too far. No, we don't. Emperor Aquaman. What? A new title change? But it didn't start over at 1. Oh, that's right. This is DC. All hail Emperor Aquaman. Jump into a fresh start for the King of Atlantis and beyond. After the events of the DCKO, Aquaman finds himself on a journey of self-discovery where he must launch a brand new mission imbued by Omega energy, the very essence of a conquest. To reach across the stars with the power of the blue, our king must first defeat the Crimson Queen and free his friends and family from her evil clutches. What is Arthur's omnibus connection to the Omega that threatened to tear apart the very fabric of reality in the KO tournament? Find out in this jumping on point that answers the question, what does it mean to rule with absolute power? And in case you're wondering who is the person he's fighting against, if you've not been keeping up, well, a woman who posed as his daughter, who he came across in an alternate reality. But in reality, though, this woman is actually Mara's mother, who was basically tried to kill the original king of Atlantis and was banished along with her people, her traders, to a pocket dimension where Mara originally escaped from and meets Aquaman. That is the new retcon story they're going with now. All right. Of course, we have John Timms is back on the book, Brain, which is always exciting having John Timms back. The guy who originally was the artist on there but took a break. It's just fantastic to have him back on there. So we have image one. Here's the cover A, $3.99. And then we have the Nathan Zerdy cover variants. Which, it's fine. It's got a lot of problems. I do not like this cover. I saw this and I'm like, why do we have a lesbian Aquaman? This literally looks like a trans man or trans woman. I don't understand the Earth is not like he's 16 years old. And he looks like he's wearing mascara and he's got a little bit of his lipstick on. I don't understand this. And then look at the butt. And for those who get offended with this, I'm gonna say they made him look like a twink in this. You don't like that word? Well, how else was to describe this? That ain't masculine. Look at that butt, bro. That is horrible. This is a Keong variant. Yeah. And it's supposed to hit him with a surfboard, which I think gets creative out of water. That's cool. But yeah, no, thank you. This is just dumb. I'm going to collect the symbol covers. Bro, just go buy a magnet or make your own magnet. You don't need a symbol cover. John Timms corner box full of virgin variant. Where it's okay. I love the corner box art, but I don't need a cover like this. And if you guys don't want to pay $5 or how much these are, remember you can always on this website right click save as. Anthony Marquez variants. This is kind of like throwback to like a 90s, I guess, or like a Brave and a Bold kind of era. The way Aquaman looks kind of look more old. Look at he's got the Clint Eastwood kind of like glare stuff, or Liam Neeson. But I don't know why Wonder Woman's there, just randomly thrown in there. That's kind of weird. Then the Gilliam March cover. This is probably the best cover out of all of them. This is it doesn't even say if it's a 1 in 25, but out of all of them, I like this cover the most. All right, but all right though. Main cover though is done by John Timms. So one of the things we gotta say about this, and I always say about the interior artist has to have a cover, and in this case, they put it on the front book, so you know what you're getting. All right, but that is my number 4 for this week. So do you? Yeah, I know you're watching the. When does the Final Four start? Is that next week?
No, that's 3-4 weeks away still.
So is that so?
They don't even select for the tournament until Sunday.
Oh, okay.
These are the conference championship games tonight or this week. I mean,
I always thought it was like the first or second week of March.
Conference tournaments. Yeah.
All right. Number 3 for me, and I'm surprised. Look at Transformers is in the 3rd spot. Wow. Beating on Action Comics. But then again, you look at the rest of the list here, isn't really much up there to compete with it. There's no Amazing Spider-Man. But all right. My number 3 for this week is going to be Transformers number 30. Who will lead the Autobots? It's Optimus Prime versus Elita 1. And the future of the Autobots hangs in the balance. One shall stand, and one, well, you know the rest. Dan Mora is the interior artist on this. Cover art is done by David Nakayama. Robert Kirkman. This is $4 for 32 pages.
So you were surprised that was the number 3 book of the week?
Yeah.
Well, it's got the most successful writer of the 21st century and arguably the best artist working today. That should have been number one.
Here's the thing though. We've had David Finch and Robert Kirkman on a book, and that doesn't even make the top 10.
Well, even though I think Finch is really really good, Dan Moore's got a better reputation at this point.
Sure, but you think it's more because Dan Moore's on the book, and that's why? Because I've seen it before where it's got pushed back. It's not. I think it's because you don't have Amazing Spider-Man. You don't have Wonder Woman. Absolute Batman's at number one spot.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a multiple absolute week.
Yeah.
By the way, where was Aquaman? How far down was that? I wasn't paying attention.
Probably number 8 spot.
Oh, so I know Supergirl's number 8.
Or somewhere around there. It wasn't too far down. I didn't have to scroll far at all.
Should have put absolute instead of emperor.
I as much as I love seeing them do creative stuff, I'm just not sold on the absolute universe.
Well, everybody else is. So.
I know, but hey, that's great for DC. They finally cater to somebody who's actually buying their books. The problem is that and that's another thing I noticed too. They're really focusing on the other books. I don't see a lot of hype. Like, hey, when's the next Gotham City Sirens by Lily Williams? Where's
They never do. There's still that part of DC that panders to the blue sky crowd, and they don't support the books. It's almost like they're they do it to get their brownie points, but knowing damn well they're not going to sell.
Right. Yeah. 6 and 8 here. A lot of these, I think this is the big time. This is 125.
Now, if this were still a hobby for boys, and you did a Gotham City Sirens with a decent writer and say Gil March on the art, it would sell.
Heck, give me early 2000s Gail Simone. Or I think she could have. She was writing pretty good. But
pre-Twitter, Gail could have made it.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. You don't even notice on the thumbnail. We are getting an Invincible crossover team up variants. Pretty much all the month through Skybound, an Image. So I will be getting this from Invincible with Robot Man versus Soundwave, and then you have Rumble versus Invincible. Probably one of the best Incendies right now. If you're a fan of Transformers or just you're a fan of Invincible, they have the Invincible covers are out. They're all across Image. So that's the cover I'm going for. Yeah. Wait, somebody says this will be the last issue of Dan Mora. I'm interested to see who the next artist is going to be. I don't think so. Is it? No, it can't be. It'd be dumb if he's off. Let me look. Let's see who pops up.
My guess is wasn't he only contracted for a year?
Yeah. So we got Lullaby is taking over Interior Artists for next month. Or wow. Hopefully it's just he's gonna come back for more, doing some more stuff. But if he's gone,
come back for more stuff.
We got Jason Howard popping in here. So if that's true, if he's out the book, you might see it drop down further down below more too. Further. Okay, they didn't have the actual. That's weird. Why upload a thing as placeholder? That's weird. All right, but yeah, one of the things. When you have a great artist like Dan Mora, it really, really increases the quality of the book. I can stomach some of the virtue signaling if I have great art.
One slick is pointing out that Blue Skies lost 40% of its subscribers, I guess. Problem is they all came back to X, and now X is just full of nonsense. Well, I've gotten very well acquainted with my mute button recently.
Here's the thing, though. I don't even see Jimmy Palmiotti spouting off anymore. He doesn't pop up on my feed.
He popped off about 2 weeks ago. I mean, I'm sure he's I'm
Yeah.
sure he gave us the correct take on why, Iran should still have its oppressive government.
Here's what I think I've also learned to do: mute a bunch of people and just mute words.
I'm very well acquainted with my mute button.
Oh, it is great.
But right, usually it's for Fed heads because they be worse than political.
The major problem we have right now with Twitter is we have a bunch of Nigerian accounts posing as either Israeli or Pakistani, or they're saying they're pro-American just for engagement. A lot of engagement counts in there, and I don't need all these stupid real accounts. Probably the best thing that popped out out of X lately is those cat foo AI things based off real movies, and they put a cat in there. I love those. Just give me more of that. And people are like, oh, AI is evil. Not when it's used for making martial arts cat videos, okay? I draw the line there. All right, though. Getting on to my number 2, but you want to see where Aquaman was? Because Superheroes 8s. So 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Okay, so
which is normal for them.
It's selling. What in the Wild World of Sports is Bleeding Hearts?
It's a vertical book.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's one of the DC's vertical things, so that has a little more. And something Camp is the guy's name, the writer. Probably Denise Camp.
Hopefully not.
I guarantee it is. Let's look. I guess probably Denise Camp. Let's see here. Creators. Yep, Denise Camp.
Yeah, that's plenty of reason not to go near that book.
Zombie Apocalypse too. See, like they get you in. It's vertical. Oh, it's a zombie book. Okay, let me check it out. And the cover looks kind of like a Mad, kind of like a quirky kind of thing, Mad magazine or just in general, humorous. But yeah, I'm not sold by it.
Hey, what happened to the Millerverse?
Right now it's dead. He hasn't released anything. We're gonna scroll down. Green Lantern Corps is still going on too, which I'm surprised. But then again, I'm also not surprised. Also starting this week is Imperial Gardens by Dan Amman. I was gonna pull up, and I thought about, I don't care for Frogurt Hulk. I like Gamora. Cosmic Ghost Rider by Frank Miller. Punisher, Ghost Rider. He was cute when Johnny Coates did it. It made sense from that movie. That was just Thanos. That book he did. They had introduced Frank Miller. It was a much futuristic thing. But to have him in this, I don't care. And the girl on the top of her left is supposed to be Captain Marvel, the new costume. Now, I think Dan Adams is a good writer. It's great, but I don't give a shit about Darkhawk. Darkhawk needs to stay in the 90s where it belongs. Frogurt Hulk, go back to all new, all different. No one cares. No. If it's an Elseworld story, sure, cool. But it seems like, it's a whole new team and just.
Well, I heard they've pretty much given up on that whole thing anyway. So
exactly. Wes was saying, and I was like, why? Marvel has a thing where they launch things and then they don't invest in it, and then they just let it crumble. I'm surprised they're even bringing back their Ultimate Universe, but that's not gonna be the same. I gotta scroll all the way down because that's where the book is. Blood and Thunder. That's another one that Rob Kirkman was working on too. Invincible's released again, the facsimile full edition. DC versus Avenger, or no, DC versus AEW number 2. But how far down is my book? Is it that far down that I pass it up? I probably passed it up. I think I passed. Nope, there it is. All the way at the end here. Dick Tracy, St. Patrick's Day special. Do you see how far down I had to scroll down just to get to it? It's ridiculous. This is a $7 one shot. Let's see here. It loads. All right. Dick Tracy's luck runs out, and this special St. Patrick's Day themed one shot. when a mass vigilante starts taking out some of the city's wealthiest and most corrupt citizens, Tracy and Sam must solve the crime while putting aside their own feelings. Can the new partners crack the mystery while trying to stay alive? For the team that brought you last year's acclaimed best-selling Dick Tracy Halloween special. But so what's a Lovelorn Acres O'Reilly to do? Can she finally shed her bad luck and get the opportunity for happiness that she so deserves? 40 pages for $7. Tim Seeley's on this. I'm imagine he's probably doing the backup story. Then we have the normal writers, Alex Segura and Michael Morecki. Artist is done by we have Rebecca Isaacs, and then Craig Cermak again pops up again.
Is Rebecca Isaacs really that pretty, or is that just a great picture of her?
I've never seen her before.
No, she's hot.
She's proud, yeah. And then you got Maurice Louise. Sorry, colorist. Sorry, you're cute too.
God, Mark Englert, he's hot.
Pat Brassel, he's probably Canadian and lives in his mom's basement and listens to Deep Purple, and his favorite band is Iron Maiden. All right. Don't make fun of their looks. I'm on camera all the time. You guys can make fun of me all the time. I don't care. All right, so we got main cover here. And then we have cover B. Guess who it is? Jacob Phillips. This is the cover I'm grabbing because it's few and far between where I get a Jacob Phillips variant cover that I can purchase. So definitely going for this. And I love the dollar bills, or $4. Actually, they're $4 bills because they have 4-leaf clover on them. So main covers is Geraldo Borges, and then you have Jacob Phillips for the second one. And if you don't know who Jacob Phillips is, you need to go educate yourself, son. As you would say, go educate yourself. But what beat out these top 4 books I talked about? Well, my number 1 book this week. Oh yeah, and once again, you're right. These guys never left X. Their accounts are still up. They didn't delete them. I know because I know I followed a few because I knew them through the comic book community stuff. But they still have their accounts up, but they never deleted because they're too chicken shit to fully commit to it a bit.
It is a multiple absolute week. I didn't see the absolute Green Lantern there.
Yeah, Green Lantern and Batman. I do not see why he is hot. Neither do I. All right, number 1 book though, I'm actually excited for. And real quickly though, Action Comics. This is the book I was talking about right now that Mark Waid's writing, which is basically Superboy, a young version of Superman before he becomes Superboy. And he, instead of being the Legion of Superheroes, he meets the Justice League Unlimited, the book that Mark Waid's been writing. So, of course, Turtles pops in at number 5. Wow. Number 6 is X-Men United because no one gives a shit about it. We got Spawn. Spawn is so freaking high on the list here. Like I said, it must be an off week. All the big names came out last week or the week before. Supergirl brings back Boy Thunder. Superman's comic books, or basically sidekick that was created by Mark Waid and Dan Mora and the what was it? World's Finest. We got Connor Kent also guest here too. It's the search for Superman. Also, it's basically known as the Reign of the Superboys. All right, let's keep going. My number one book this week is Dork number 2. It's just been a fan book, and I don't know if this will be as popular as the first one, but it's just been a fun little series. I'm liking this. Dork is avoiding every wizard and warrior because some doomsday prophecy says he will destroy the world. Can he change their minds? Probably not. Dork, his magic shield, and a ghost chicken with its head cut off are too busy facing a bigger challenge. Kids. They're time thieves. Oh, and there's a Time Lord. That guy sucks. I love anti Doctor Who humor. 24 pages for $4. A writer and artist is Brett Bean. Hanging out with Gary from Nerdrotic. Shane Francis Biello. Yeah. And there are some variant covers, which I'm shocked. But here's the main cover. This is what you're going to expect to see. There's, like I said, there's Eyeball, the shield that it talks to him. The shield constantly wants to get more blood. It's bloodthirsty. I loved about the series. The ghost chicken was a guy who was running a tavern, and the shield. And when he got his blood rage, he threw the shield, and the shield decapitated the chicken. So it looks like the chicken's head still basically following them along with the body. Which I love. This is so stupid. But I love it though. Reminds you of the early Fable days, or early Xbox 360 days. We get some of these quirky little fantasy stuff. All right, so here's the second printing. They already have a second printing of for number 2. And half dwarf, half orc. Oh, this is the Ralia Rosmo variant. And holy crap, Breen, this is the Ralia Rosmo book cover here. And it actually looked amazing. Of all the stuff that Ralia Rosmo does, this is his wheelhouse. Fantasy stuff. This is fantastic. And I love it because there's a giant troll, and we have a bunch of weapons and shields and stuff. Look, there's even a hammer up there, Thor's hammer, next to the title. We got an axe. Yeah, and just all this stuff. Oof. This is by far Ralia Rosmo's best work I've ever seen him draw. So, and it keeps in with the fantasy humor. And then we get the Invincible team up, which I love. Battle Beast has had it's a tribute thing. All the Invincible villains impaled. I love that. Fantastic. So definitely looking forward to this. But and hello to Summoner. What's up, buddy? All right. But that is my number 1 for the week. I'm excited for. If you guys said, if there's any books you want to go over on the main stuff, I'll click on it if you see it. And then we'll look at trades. And then I'm going to go get dinner. Just going to wait for this to load. All right. So like I said, Absolute Batman and Absolute Green Lantern are the number 2 books, followed by Transformers, Mark Waid and Action Comics. Ninja Turtles is number 5. X-Men at 6. Spawn's at 7. 8 is Supergirl. Look at 10 is Black Cat. 11 is Venom. And Aquaman's at 12. 13 is Magic and Colossus. 14 is Green Lantern Corps. 15 is a Dork, but I think that's probably the best of them. Another Spawn book. And look, all the way down here, Alias Red Band number 1's come back. But it's not it's not our name. It's not the creator. It's someone else. No one cares about some Sirens, DC Sirens. Love hurts. Logan. This is nothing too. This is all how far Marvel's fallen. A Logan book. It's not Wolverine. It's Logan. Black, white, and red. Number 3 is all the way down here. It tells you how much people care about the stories in there. Heck, I used to buy the black, white, and blood, or just for the fact they had fantastic art on some of this stuff, but I guess once you've seen one, you've seen them all. And then probably the story writer's probably not that great either. And no one gives a shit about Storm. I'm shocked because this is a very left-leaning website. This is they're in order based by how many people have them on their poll list. G.I. Joe's out at the bottom here too. No surprise. G.I. Joe's never been that popular as far as comic books go. What you eating there?
No, it's just it's a garbage bag.
Oh, it sounds like a styrofoam container. You're gonna go start eating a sandwich. Hulk smashes everything. Actually, no one gives a like a lot of this stuff is like at the very bottom. The Ordained. Remember that came out like a couple weeks ago, and no one could find it. Maybe because it was a bad idea. They didn't print more.
Look how dead Space Ghost is.
Yep. All the way at the bottom. Followed behind Witchblade. Dial. Yeah. Kieran Gillen. No one cares about your book at the very bottom. Blood and Thunder is even below that. Planet of the Apes, the first Fantastic Four. Number 2. I guess a lot of people just dropped off the first one. Harley Quinn Elvira. No one cares. Yeah. Spider-Man Meals to Astonish. Nope. Yeah. I think this might be a Teeny Howard book, Marion Heretic. But Turtles Journeys, no one cares about that. And that's Jim Lawson and Peter Laird on that book. And that's number 7. And that's that far down too. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Star Trek Lower Decks. No one cares about that. Sonya Reborn. No one cares. No. Same with Archie. All this stuff. That's what happens. You put so much slop out there. Look at a brand new Usagi Yojimbo. Kato. 84, number 1. Dark Horse. Now, with Dark Horse's president or CEO getting fired, I wonder if we'll see an uptick of maybe better books up. Maybe a better Ghostbuster that wasn't like so far left leaning with just give me a decent book, man. Like literally, if Dark Horse Comics has the rights to Ghostbusters, then they should, if they're smart, they would reach out to Dan Schoening and what's his name, Eric Burnham, see if they could snag them to do a Ghostbusters ongoing. Because that will sell. That sold when it came out. Quiet Place, Storm Warning. Okay. Based off the movie, I guess. Masterminds, number 4, is it? A Dungeons and Dragons book? Wow. So I'm noticing a lot of IDW, a lot of Dark Horse at the very bottom of this list. I think I'll go for that Aquaman number 15. Honestly, I've been keeping the book. I've been going since issue 1. Been enjoying the story. It's not as good as his Flash run, but I've been enjoying it still. Invincible foil edition variant. It comes out this week. Then we had Detective Comics for Strokerfish, I believe. $4.75.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the first Silver Age version of Brainiac. Action Comics 242. Yep. And I guess Rebellion AD or 2000 AD is supposed to be coming out more available now. Because now they have a deal with a company that's I think it's Lunar, that's in America, so they people actually get their books from them. The only thing I'm not liking is the fact that Vampirist Carmilla Warrant is having problems. They're not putting their books out. Vampirist Carmilla 29 still hasn't come out. And 31 and 30, they're all getting stacked up because they're not releasing them. I'm wondering what's going on. Are they not making enough money? Who are they? I mean, I don't know who the distributor is, but these are fantastic books. Vampirist Carmilla, Savage Sword of Conan, I cannot recommend those magazines more than I already have. Those are they're such fantastic stuff. If you love that period of the old black and white magazine art with like Rosetta kind of stuff with that too. Yeah, Shutter has also been on the back too. Look at 25 it still hasn't come out. Push back here. Something's Killing the Children, number 1, is getting a 10th printing? Wow. Love and Rockets, number 1. That's a facsimile put out by Fantagraphics. And we get some other stuff. Probably start going, we're going to start going into the Spanish kind of stuff too. Reprints, but Thunder the Barbarian cover blind bag should come out too. $10. Whew. I paid $5 for the what was it called? Thundercats, and that wasn't that great. The other cool facts will be coming out this week too. If you look for it, Betty and Me, number 1 facsimile from the Archie series for $5. Some other Transformers, second printing of Iron Man, number 1. It's Marvel Rivals, King in Black, Invincible 616, Comics Elite Trainers, Jamie Tyndall wraparound file. All right, we looked at a lot of these. Dan DeCarlo, Endless Summer variant. That's cool. I doubt my shop will have that though. Do I hear a cat?
Yep.
I think either that or your stomach's making noise.
Nope, she just came down. Came down to say hi.
I'm here for my daily pets. Okay, now leave me alone, human. It's okay. Now, does she have problems meowing? Is it like a dutter, or can she actually go really loud?
No, she's just she's got different volume levels.
Because I had my one friend a cat who could barely go, it was really low. Where I've had other ones who are like they're really vocal.
I've never heard, but then again, like I've never stepped on her tail or
yeah,
kind of things that elicit loud meowing, but because she's got a pretty cushy life here.
Yeah, there's some cats that come out, and like I said, I grew up with them. They are full on meow. Then the other ones, it sounds like they got a fight with a raccoon or something. They have the vocal cords like, it's like it sounds weird. It's very deep. All right. So now we're on the trades. Coming out this week, Batman Superman World's Finest Volume 8, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, or 20,000 Leagues. So, yep, that's coming out this week. That looks pretty cool. All right. And I said that is a Mark Waid run. If you have not been following that, it started out with Dan Moore on the book, but Dan Moore left to go do another project with Mark Waid as well, I believe. And so yeah, it's been the art has been fantastic. Story is still steady. If you want to skip all the nonsense crossover events at DC, I do recommend just reading Batman Superman's World's Finest. It's entertaining.
Except for when they crossed over with Justice League Unlimited.
You know what? That was still good. That was legitimately the only that's the first time they did a crossover, but it was legitimately good. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. I was so happy that the Batman's World, this World's Finest did not cross over with the KO event. Oh, I can't stand that stuff. All right. Fantastic Four Volume 1, safe for everyone. I don't know about that. Ryan North's on it. And Humberto Ramos is drawing.
Well, it's just save everyone, not safe for everyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then it's not safe for everyone. It's save everyone because Roberto Ramos is drawing and Ryan North is writing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 2, New York City versus Team NT trade. And Jason Aaron, So if you're enjoying that series, they finally collected that series in their second volume now. Green Lantern Companion 2, the Sinestro Corps War. Jeff Johns, Peter J. Tomasi, and I don't think EBS is still on this or not. But if you want me to click on something, let me know. I'll click on it. If you're fine, let's keep going. Then we have Welcome Back Frank, by Art and Steve Dillon, Jimmy Palmiotti, which came out 2005 or 6. Can't remember.
It was a little earlier than that.
You think it was 2003?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Best story ever.
Yes. This is the Marvel Premiere Edition, which is $15. A couple years ago, I found a trade. I got the hardcover. So they are milking this, man. Especially with the new series out right now. And then we have Return of Daredevil. Born Again, which is the end of this month. We also have The Flash, Fastest Man Dead. Robert Kenninger, Gary Bates, and then they have, Irv Novick. $40. Fantastic stories in here. Classic Silver Age Flash. Brian Michael Bendis, New Avengers? Am I thinking this? No, can't be. Someone else. I think it's Sam Humphries. Punisher Epic Collection. I wish I would have known that they were doing these. I think the first one came around like 2019, 17, around there. Epic Collections. These are fantastic. This is volume 4 of that series of the Punisher, I believe. I think so. Yeah, at least the 4th Epic Collection I've seen. Stephen Grant, Chuck Dixon in here. I'm sold. For $50. And then we get Space Ghost, The Council of Doom, Volume 2. Not sure what Flinch is. That looks kind of weird. Flinch, the complete collection.
It was a Vertigo title.
It was a Vertical title, yeah. It must be old then, I'm guessing. Oh, Catwoman, the New 52 Omnibus. Okay. And Ascenti, Gilliam March, and something Head, Winnick, Heck,
Judd Winnick. I think was still writing a little bit for him.
Judd Winnick. All right, let's wait for the load. All right, we go into here. So this is the feature works of Brian Azzarello, Richard Corbin, Garth Ennis, Jim Lee, Greg Rucka, Bernie Wrightson. I'll have to consult with E on that. Vertigo Horror Anthology series returns to print in this all-in-one collection, written by John Curdy, Brian Azzarello, Garth Ennis, and others. Art by Richard Corbin, Frank Wiley, Kent Williams, and others. The Delusions of Grandeur, Lustful Desires, Violent Fantasies. We've all had dark thoughts. We dare not act out. And then we've all imagined scenarios we'd let our basest instinct take over. But we never speak and share them because of the reaction they might stir and cause others to flinch. This time, the Terror features some of the most disturbing and twisted stories ever to be imagined by a who's of comics' greatest visionaries. And sure to leave a lasting impression on your psyche long after you finish reading it, whether you like it or not. Collects Flinch 1 through 16, 384 pages for $35. So 16 stories for $35. That's a nice tip. That's a good price range. It's under $40, and you're getting 16 stories, and you got a lot of good writers. I can see why this was probably really praised back in the day.
I don't remember making any kind of impression.
Well, then those people are idiots because look at the writers on there. Artists too. And you know what? I wouldn't be shocked to see if they said that Jim Lee finally finished his story in time for this collection. But I didn't know they had Phil Collins on writing. And look, there's Dr. Silverage.
Joe R. Lansdale, he's a good novelist. I've read several of his books.
Nice. And then Bruce Jones. Cover else is Phil Hale. So. All right. Then we have Benjamin Percy's Red Hulk, Supergirl, Bizarro Girl by Sterling Gates. Why does Sterling Gates sound so familiar? What else has he done?
I'm not sure.
Saturday Morning Adventures. When we were reading on the channel here, Volume 7 has been collected though. Oh, fantastic series. What's that?
Some guy for the Heat has 77 points tonight.
What's the typical number of points?
Oh, if you average 30, you're like leading the league.
Mm.
Yeah, I think this would be, if I'm not mistaken, Wilt Chamberlain has the single game record at 100. I'm right about that. Kobe Bryant, I think, is second with 81. This might be third all time.
Oh, I didn't know Chamberlain played basketball during the war.
Do what?
Chamberlain played basketball during the war?
No, he's in the 60s.
The
late 50s into the early 70s.
No.
He did that in 1962.
All right, Godzilla versus Kansas City. Hardcover. Yeah. The Godzilla Library Collection. Now, I like this. When they do the Library Collection, IDW, that's how I was able... Dark Horse did a library collection, too, and I was able to get both volumes of Indiana Jones. All right. Then we have Creepy Archives, Volume 13, trade. Some Stranger Things, Godzilla versus Boston. I guess America. Godzilla versus America and Boston, yeah. Godzilla versus Chicago versus Los Angeles. Zootopia, for all you furries out there. Then we get Powerpuff Girls. The Day is Saved hardcover. And get some of the weird stuff. But yes, that is it. Oh yeah, Prince Valiant. Peril of the Round Table hardcover, $50. By Paul S. Newman. All right. And that's it for this week. All right, though. How many comics are in the Day of Save Powerpuff Girl? I just closed it. Let me look at my phone. Click. Is Flo like the other book about girls turning into feral cats when they start growing up? Well, if it's written by a liberal, it's probably a different kind of flow. Let's see here. Trades this week. All right. Trades. All right. So Powerpuff Girl. Let's look at that one first. Those are hardcovers. Okay. So. Powerpuff Girls hardcover. That is 112 pages. It is issues 1 through 3 of the ongoing series from writer Kelly Thompson. So that's what that is. So that's volume 1. So the first 3 issues. The other one was what? Flow trade. Yeah, no problem. Bless you.
No, I was trying to suppress a laugh.
Uh, yeah. Let's see here. Scroll through. Was that Ronnie? Was that a trade, or was that a normal comic? Oh, here it is. All right. Man Cave Studios Flow is what you think it is. When I described it was, it's about her first period. You really made me go back and look that up. Three says three adolescents at camp convince a naive girl they can cure her curse, really her first period, if she does everything they say, only to be cursed themselves 10 years later. It has nothing to do with the cat. The book is called Feral. As cats and zombies. All right. When blood began to run down her lungs, legs at nature camp, she thought she was dying. Homeschooled by a protective dad after her mom's mysterious death, Dara wasn't told the facts of his life. It's the curse, her bunkmate said, not revealing it was her first period. But we can lift it if you do everything we say. So it began their week, their torment, making a naive Dara do torturous tasks for their amusement. And now, 10 years later, as they embark on their careers, the three tormentors find themselves cursed, so they reunite to track down the likely source, eventual Dara, and they'll pursue her to the bloody end. Yeah. That's $18 for 120 pages. That's Paula Civi-Nabergan. Looks like it's all women team. Because no man would write about this. This came out. It's a 5-issue story that started out in September and ended in January this year. All right. Other stuff coming out was Detective Kaiju. I saw here too, and then Initial D Omnibus Volume 9 for Love Likes the manga stuff. Superman Unlimited number 5, but that's your Panini Comics though. The End League Complete Collection is out this week too. Dark Knight Steel Winter Trade. One Piece on Volume 111 is out this week too as well. And New Avengers Volume 1 Kill Yamati Trade. But that's about it. All right. So like I said, I'm going to end it here so I can go get food. I don't know if there's going to be a cover ranking. What was he? Nope, we got one. Angel and the Ape.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Those are good. Well, the original series is good. Bob Oxner covers.
Vertical?
Well, if it's just a Vertigo one, it's going to be suckage. But the original series was in the 80s or in the 60s.
All right. Well, he's got on the cover, he's got the 80s cover.
There were 6 of them. So maybe it'll be both.
Maybe.
And they'll be Lester friendly too, so let them know.
Yep. Who done it? Who cares? Angel and the Ape, Vertigo, number 1 or number 4 of miniseries. So that's live in 20 minutes over on I Love Comics. Go check that out. But if you haven't done so, please click like, subscribe here, and let us know what you thought of the books this week. We're gonna wrap it up. Anything else to talk about, Breen?
No.
All right. So you guys know the drill. Click the liking, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Check out our Ko-Fi link, which is going across the screen. Or if you're on the vertical, it's going to top the screen. Go to ko-fi.com/Puppetine if you want to donate to the channel. We're not asking for big amounts, but if you want to donate $1 or $2, that does help go towards what we do is for reading books on the channel. but also going towards paying for the StreamYard and providing you guys more entertainment like this. Like I said, if you have suggestions for comic books or I just ideas in the channel, whatever, leave a comment down below, and we'll get back to you on that. Until then, thank you all for watching. Thank you to Jackson for showing up here and not talking about the weather. Apparently, down in Florida, it was like 90 degrees. Rob was complaining about it. He said it was horrible. I'm like, oh, it's so horrible. It's 35 freaking degrees here. Yeah, right now it's 35, 36. No, they're saying a chance of rain. Winter mix. Yeah, I will take the 90 degrees weather. I can drive in 90 degrees. I can't drive in slush and crap and rain because people don't want to drive up here.
See what next Monday and Tuesday look like.
Oh, I bet you it's probably nice.
No.
What is yours saying?
We're like 32 Monday and Tuesday.
All right, so I'm in a severe thunderstorm area right now.
No, we've got that tomorrow.
So I got that right now. For me, next Monday is 24. The low of 8, 26. But then by Thursday, it's back up to 51.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know. But, all right, though. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow night, around 11 p.m. Central, 12 Eastern, midnights, I'll be getting with the manga crew. I'll be reading the first couple chapters, the first volume of Dan to Dan, popular animated series that debuted last year. So, all right. See you guys later.
See ya.
And thanks for watching.